For now, let's tell you about the Electoral Commission of South Africa. It says it is not aware of claims that COPE has been deregistered as a political party. There are, however, widely circulating claims that the effect that the party has been deregistered from the Companies and Intellectual Properties Commission. We're now joined to give clarity on the issue by Dennis Bloem. He speaks for COPE. Mr. Bloem, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. So there is a lawyer's letter, we understand, that is attached to Mr. Willie Madisha and Mzwandi Lentleko, who have since been suspended from the party, talking about deregistration from CIPC. What is the issue?
Good afternoon to Dizila and good afternoon to the viewers. I can't hear you properly, Duduzile, but it's fine. Let's try. I was shocked this morning when a journalist confronted me with this news that COPE was deregistered as a company by the Companies Act. I was shocked because I never knew that COPE is a company. COPE exists as a company. I know that COPE is a political party. But when this journalist confronted me with this, then it's for the first time that I hear about COPE as a company. That is and I am very much certain that the majority of our members and leaders are not aware or were not aware of this development, that COPE was registered as a company. It's for the first time that I personally hear about this story.
Mr. Bloem, I do hope that you can hear us now. How is that possible? Because we understand from this lawyer's letter that this company was registered back in 2008 on the 13th of November. Is that not worrying that you would not have knowledge of this if indeed COPE had been registered as a company?
It is very worried because I never missed any executive meeting since the formation of the Congress of the People. But this information never came, and we have never discussed in our meetings this specific issue of the company that was registered by COPE. It's the first time. And I am saying to you, Duduzile, I'm very much sure that most of the leaders, I'm not saying, I can say all of them, because it was never discussed in our executive meeting, this type of thing, that we are registered, COPE is registered as a company. It's the first time for me to hear this thing. It's very worrisome to do this.
Have you caught sight, Mr. Bloem, of the lawyer's letter dated 6 July 2023? If so, what does it mean for the party?
Well, I am saying that the National Executive Committee must urgently meet so that we must discuss this thing and map the way forward to see what we are going to do with this thing. Because if we are not dealing with this thing urgently, this thing is having serious implications for the Congress of the People. That's why I am saying that we must meet very urgently to deal with this thing head on, so that we must get clarity. And I'm sure to give clarity to our supporters, our members, our supporters, because people are worried out there what is going on in the Congress of the People. It is only fair for us to meet urgently and to give clarity to the members and the supporters of the Congress of the People.
Mr. Bloem, you speak of serious implications for the party. What are some of those implications?
No, the implications is Duduzile. People will not trust the Congress of the People because people are not certain. Many of the leaders are calling me. I'm not talking about supporters. I'm not talking about members, ordinary members. I'm talking here about leaders. Are calling me to ask me, hey, Dennis, what is going on actually? That's why I'm saying this thing can have serious implications if we don't deal with it speedily and to give clarity to the members and to the supporters of the Congress of the People.
As you seek to have that meeting and seek clarity, just immediately, are you able to determine what this means for the party going into the elections? Will you be contesting?
Yeah, yes, we will contest. There's nothing that stopped us from contesting. But you see, if this thing hangs over the head of the Congress of the People, it brings doubt into the voters as well. We can contest, and that is why we were formed to contest. We want power. Now, there's nothing that stops us from this, except if the IEC is also taking steps against us. That is the only thing that can be very, very serious against us. If the IEC is also taking steps against us, Duduze.
Mr. Bloem, to your admission that this would pose serious problems for the party or implications not only in terms of confidence from your voters but within the party, what do you say to some sectors of the population that say, well, why continue as a party? Is it not time to just put things to rest?
Duduzile, Dennis Bloem, me personally, think there is still a role to play for COPE in this country. I don't think that we must throw in the towel. We must come together and fix what is wrong and go. You know, many people are still depending on the Congress of the People. So it is not, I can't say it is time for COPE to fold up and say goodbye. No, we must just sit down as a party and fix our things. This thing is very urgent and bring hope and trust into the minds of the voters. That's very important. If we don't do it, then the people will write us off. But if the people can see that we are meeting and sorting out our internal problems, then the people will still vote for the Congress of the People.
As it stands, Mr. Bloem, who is the leader of the party? Who's at the helm?
Mr. Likota was elected as in a conference as the leader, as the president of the party. Mr. Madisha, Willie Madisha, was elected in a conference as the deputy president of the party. That is the leadership, and then there is other leaders. I'm talking about these two because you are asking me. The president and the deputy president.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon. Dennis Bloem speaks for COPE.